This year we decided that we would have an event in which people from a different field would take a different look at the same question. And the question was, who are you? So Irene Bloemraad, who is someone who studies identity, citizenship, immigration, is going to make the case that you are actually your citizenship.
The question about who are you and the answer around identity isn't just a question about, am I a Toronto Maple Leafs fan versus a Canadien fan, or am I a Canadian or an American, or those kind of things. It's also a question about how our identities are constituted. And in my particular case, I am elaborating a way of thinking about this that says that public policies, what government does, really has an impact on how I see myself and how I see myself as a member of society or a member of different groups within that society.
Alex Haslam, who's a social psychologist, has done a lot of research, and he truly believes that you are your social groups.
I would argue that, if you like, the self as a core psychological construct is at the center of social behavior. All social behavior is informed by people's sense of self. So, how, if you're a woman and you've got children, how you define yourself as a mother is going to affect how you bring up your children.
Clyde Hertzman, who's an epidemiologist, in other words, somebody who studies the incidence of health and illness in large populations, and he's going to make the case that you are something about the relationship between the genes you were born with and the environment with which your genes have interacted.
From the perspective that I'm going to bring to the discussion, which is very much about understanding how the social world, in a sense, gets under our skin and influences the way in which our brains develop and the way in which the rest of our biology develops, such that you get differences in health, well-being, learning, and behavior across the life course in predictable ways in different walks of life.
If you didn't ask the question, I think we would never come up with adequate, appropriate, useful explanations or understandings of the world around us. I think it's that fundamental. I don't think you can understand economics. I don't think you can understand society without understanding that question.
I mean, the whole point of the Next Big Question events is to get people to actually come and talk with us and listen to our researchers and discover that what they're thinking about matters to them.
The Next Big Question is really a wonderful bridge between those two parts of CIFAR, where on the one level you have the deep engagement with fundamental research that is done over long time horizons. The other pillar of the bridge is really rooted in making sure that that is relevant or communicated to a broader audience.